from filmfestivalcircuit.com and the director of the Oregon Short Film Festival. We have an event coming up on October the 14th, which is a Friday at the Clinton Street Theater, and we're going to be streaming all kinds of short films live for an audience of all genres. We have everything from drama to comedy to science fiction, and we also feature music videos. And one of those music videos we're going to talk about today has been nominated for the Best Music Video Award. We're joined right now by director Daniel Patrick McLaughlin, whose music video is entitled The Age of Alternative Facts. Hello, Daniel. Congrats, buddy. How are you?
Hey, aloha from Honolulu. I'm doing good.
Oh, I love it that we got Hawaii filmmakers in the house. So thank you for taking the time to do this interview. The judges enjoyed your work, had a lot of good things to say about it. Getting the award nomination is no small feat. So congrats.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
So you're very welcome. And I don't want to spill the beans and tell the complete story of your music video. So I'll let you put it in your words. What is it about?
Well, I mean, I'll spill the beans, So just out of the blue, it's political. Let's just put it that way. I was having an issue with Donald Trump, and all these rhymes started coming to my head, and they all formulated into a song. And then that song, I'm like, God, this needs a video. This is the first video that I've ever made for my music. And I basically, not having a lot of film experience myself, I felt like I remember the movie Ed Wood. If you ever remember that movie, Johnny Depp was this director based on a true story, and he used a lot of stock footage. So I went, I looked for some stock footage to go with my song, and so the song, I think the lyrics are pretty clever, so I actually, and originally, I really spent some money. I got some Reuters clips. I got all these other kind of clips, and then I got a call from the guy from Pond 5, and he goes, I noticed in your, that you want to buy these clips from your Reuters. Can I ask what you're using them for? And they did say editorial use. Well, but that definition is, I don't know. It's whatever, and I thought this is an editorial, right? But he was saying, because I had actual clips of, Barr and, Trump and Trump's son-in-law, things like that. And the guy from Pond 5 says, I would be very careful about using these clips. And so he says, and number two, I live in New York, and Donald Trump is known for frivolous lawsuits, just to drain the accounts of people that he doesn't like, and I'd be very careful. And so I said, oh, boners, man, I spent a lot of money. So I went back and I had to redo it. And, I got myself a little, I don't know if you could see my little Donald Trump shrunken head here.
I see.
That's the actual size. Kind of hard. I'm kind of a big guy. It's kind of hard for me to operate as, this is the greatest of all time. So I reshot things with the puppet and, this and that. But anyway, that's the story basically, is I felt like the story, or my idea at least, of Trump, it was just getting to me. It was kind of a therapy for myself to kind of just let this stuff out. I have, if I could just say a couple lines, media has got the blues. Okay, media has got the blues. They've all been called fake news, paying dues for the corners they back. There's a camera in your microwave, recording cradle to the grave, published in a paperback, alternative facts. And a lot of this is attributed to Kellyanne Conway, who came up with that term, alternative facts, and all that. So anyway, I put this all together. It actually did win an award in Austria. There was a obscure comedy club in Austria named the McLaughlin Comedy Club, gave me the best of the worst comedy, because it's also meant to be funny as well. So a little bit of the story too is so I am I have a very complicated family history. I'm adopted. I have a huge connection to the South. My adoptive family is from Tennessee and they inhabit southern Indiana. And then my biological family, who I've gotten back in contact with, live in Arkansas, and they are pretty much overwhelmingly Trump supporters. So so when I was coming out with my album, I had to really think about this, and I decided not to put it on the album, not to put it in their faces so much. And it can be found on SoundCloud at the moment. I might release it as a single, but right now it's on SoundCloud, simply because I think in this political environment in America, it's gotten ridiculous at this point, and we've got to be able to talk to each other, and have a sense of humor about each other on both sides. Have a little bit of a sense of humor, definitely. Definitely the Trumpers need a sense of humor, but Antifa, BLM could use a little bit of sense of humor. I'm just saying, and let's talk to each other a little bit. And if not talk to each other, we can have dinner together and watch football games and stuff like that, instead of just kind of like segregating ourselves from each other. So anyway, I love my family very much, and I love to hang out with them. And so I guess I'm going too far with all this stuff, but anyway, what was the question again?
No, you kind of answered the synopsis. You also answered kind of your motivation for this from a technical perspective. I mean, I see that you decided to use a prop instead of stock footage. Did you learn anything else from the production of this?
Oh yeah, big. I mean, number one, all the the liabilities involved and stuff, and using I had a lot of other stock footage that had actual Trump face on it, all that kind of stuff. From that aspect, it made me realize, wow, you got to really look in the fine print, make sure it's for commercial use. That just, and then from a technical standpoint, I want to shout out to the guy that helped me edit this, Pierre Grill of Rendezvous Studios in Honolulu, Hawaii. That's where I do all my music recording, and he's kind of a genius, and he also does he himself is at an upper intermediate level of editing, and so together we got together, and it was helpful. I knew exactly what I wanted to see, and he could pretty much make it happen with what was it? Final Cut is what he used for that, and so I learned that making music is at least as doing video is as complicated as doing music, and there's a lot of sitting around and looking at things over and over and over again, and going back. It's quite. It's a bit of an ordeal, but it was quite rewarding and a lot of fun to put it together and kind of see it happen. I've done another video since then. I might enter it into your horror genre video. It's sort of a horror. I don't know. It might fit the bill. But I thought it was a great learning experience, but it also made me realize, how much goes into it. And so,
sure.
I'm currently thinking about putting video to some of my other music. I wanted to make a video also for the McLaughlin Comedy Club. They wanted to have either a picture or a video, so that's next on the list, is doing a little thank you video for them, which would involve a lot more live action stuff. So I'm like creating a shot list and things like that. What would go into that, and also I'm being that I love playing music. I love playing music live, but I'm not young anymore. I don't just want to go out every week to whatever gig I want to play at. I'd rather play selected gigs and then pursue a presence on social media, on TikTok, YouTube, whatnot, with video. and live streaming and things like that, rather than going out live to these events that, yeah, they can be fun, but they can also be like there's 5 people at the bar wondering who you are as you spill out your guts on the stage, just sweating, and I don't know if musicians, but that they'll drive 500 miles for a $50 gig. I'm kind of over that because every music gig is really a moving job too every night, and I'm just like, let me cut way back on that and pursue it on social media. So
all right, and I understand there's a little bit of connection to Clinton Street and your music career.
Yeah, anybody old Portlanders might remember a fellow named Stan Wood who played a rubber band. He called it the Fiber Band. I should have had one with me, but you can look up on YouTube. There's a picture of me playing on it, or on TikTok. And he and I just got into this weird experimental noise music, that pretty much 0.05% of the population might listen to. And we made a couple recordings, but we also would rent out the Clinton Street Theater. And believe it or not, it wasn't that much to rent it out way back then. We're talking in the late 90s. And get maybe just enough people to cover that rent. So there might be 14 to 25 people in the audience, but it was a wonderful place to play. And actually, we actually did part of our album was live in there because we liked the acoustics so much in there. So the Clinton Street Theater brings back a lot of memories to me. I lived in Portland for about 10 years. I worked at Delfina's down at 21st and Kearney, but that's well gone. The owner still owns Cafe Mingo, so I plan to eat there when I hopefully get a free wine. I don't know.
Some old school connections, nice.
Yeah. So I am making the trip to Portland to check this out. I realize I may not win. I don't care. I'll just sort of like hopefully see it screened, hang out with people. It'll be a good vacation from what I normally do, which is, I'm a public school special ed teacher, and I've been that for like 20 years or so. So this would be a great little vacation to kind of get away and feel like I'm a movie maker of some sort.
Well, what's your next project? What do you have planned for the future?
Well, besides that sort of little video sort of thing, it's going to be an origin video of getting the award from the Willocken Comedy Festival. I plan on doing videos for a few of my songs that I think would be, more visually oriented. And this would include a lot more live action and also a lot of stock footage as well, because it's awesome. It seems expensive, but you get a nice clip, perfectly lit and everything. So I think that my next project will be doing some video. It's either for a song of mine called A Long Haul. It's sort of a seafaring song. Or there might be a song called Epiphany Shape that I'm looking at doing some video for. And then beyond that, making more music and perhaps doing videos for those music songs as well.
Awesome. Well, this has been great, man. Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Well, I do want to just do a shout out for a few people that really key on the video. One is Pierre Grill, who was in charge of the studio that we did the editing. Another is Fabrizio Galli, who did some of the images of the giant Trump thing. John Harrington, who did the riot footage, the live riot footage, and Decca Studio, who did the dancing Trump. And there's a lot of other people I'd like to thank, but also I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this show, and for all the judges for sitting through all of this material and keeping an open mind and judging us all. But yeah, absolutely. And for all the people coming as well.
Well, we appreciate it. It's going to be a packed house. There's a a lot of people coming, a full day slate of films. So we are excited. We're looking forward to it, and I appreciate you making the trip. Again, it's been great to talk to you and find out the backstory of this. So have yourself a good day and appreciate it.
All right. Thank you too, man.